coaches say that they had a little bit of trouble trying to figure out which mission to even start programming. The teams need a little bit of a push. So we're going to do something here, just kind of going through this to talk about it a little bit and show you a method for picking a mission to program. Of course, we're talking about there's a slew of things that you can do. Yeah, there's 14 missions, but there's a whole bunch of options to them. And honestly, you could pick missions based off of coolness factor, I guess, is what you'd say. Oh yeah, I think I know how to do that. That would be cool. There's lots of different ways to do this. We're just going to show you one way real quick. Taylor and Mia here have just seen the video for the very first time and haven't even read the rules yet. So what we're going to do is going to go through the list of missions. I'm going to share my screen right now, and we'll start talking over here. So what I've done is I've gone through the list of missions and put out all the different options. Let's go for example here. The step counter is mission 2, and it's got 3 options that you can score: magenta, yellow, or blue. And so we've done that all the way down the list. Not a big thing to do. It just takes a little bit of actually going through the rules, writing them all down. We're not going to actually do anything with the points here tonight. That's not going to be as big a factor initially. But we will look at the points, and it's good to have them here as a reference. And this just needs to be just summaries of what's going on. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about each of these after we just now saw the video. We're going to talk about what's difficult and how much time it's going to take. So if it's a very difficult, if we think, oh boy, that's going to be hard, then we're going to rank this particular mission a 5. If we think, oh, well, this is pretty easy, we can totally do that, but it's going to be a 1. If it's somewhere in between, then we get to pick a number that kind of makes us feel good in between there someplace. It's not science. It's very subjective. It's one of those things that you can kind of just, the group needs to put in the thought on what they think at the time that you're ranking the missions. Don't get hung up on some sort of, oh, it has to be very, very precise in here. And you don't want to spend a lot of time on this. You just kind of want to roll through it pretty quick. Same thing with time. If it's a short amount of time, it's going to be a 1. If it's going to take a long time because the mission is all the way across the field or it's very complicated, then we're going to rank it. We're going to rank it a little higher, up to a 5. So we're just going from 1 to 5 on each of these, and basically this other column is just the sum of those. We're going to sum them together. Then we're going to do a quick sort, and we're going to look at it and see which ones we're going to pick that we want to start with. So, equipment inspection. Talk to me, guys.
Equipment inspection. Is that where the black part is on the field?
Yes.
That is easy.
That is really easy. and it doesn't take hardly any time at all.
Nope, it don't.
Right. Okay, so the innovation project, that's the one where you take your little white model and you slide it over into the little gray area by the bench.
Or is it the white part where you slide into the replay logo too?
Yeah, I think you can put it in the replay logo too. What we can do, because we just saw the video, we can come over here and we can look at this. And if we want to be technical about it, missions. Innovation project, yeah, let's see here. And the replay logo or the thing around the bench, it's 20 points.
I'd say replay logo.
Yeah, but
because it's right there.
Way, is it hard or not?
No, it's not hard.
That's pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
How long is that going to take you? Is it short or fast, or is it a short amount of time or a long amount of time? Okay.
Short amount of time.
Yeah, short amount of time. So step counter. There's 3 levels. That's one you're pushing the rod across.
Oh.
That one seems easy, like it's something you could do when you're driving by, have an arm out, and then just put it in.
So is it an easy 1 or an easy 2?
2.
Easy two.
And you think all of them are the same easiness?
I
A little harder to get, maybe?
yeah. I mean, each of them should be like probably will be a little harder to get because
You want to
what
go? You want to go
which
up
one?
one time, or you want to keep them all 2?
Probably keep all 2.
Keep them all 2? Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think it's going to take a long time or a short time to do this?
I think
Probably
it's kind of in the middle, depending on which you do, like out of the 3.
Think it's a 3 or a 2?
3.
3? Think maybe the first one's a 2 and the second one's a 3? Because it's the time you have to push it, right?
Yeah.
Would you leave the last one a 3 or a 4?
4 because that's a little far. That's a little more back, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the further you push it. I don't let me influence you. You guys pick.
I think it should be a 3. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
if there were 3.1 and 3.9, but
Well, if we decide we
I
need to
think
do
it's
that,
still-
we can. All right, the slide. The first guy comes off, he gets 5 points. Is that hard to knock him off there?
No, because they just
So give me a number.
probably a 1,
A 1?
a 1.5.
A 1.5? I can do
Yeah.
that. This is our work for figuring out how we got there. And coaches, this is the kind of thing that you can put together and use it when you're talking about robot design. Why did you pick which missions? Well, this is our initial thoughts. Then you can come back and modify. You can come back and add more columns of what it actually took later. So, do you think hitting the guy off the slide is going to take very long?
No,
not long at all.
Not long at all doesn't add up. You got to give me a number.
1.
All right.
A point.
So yeah, I'm forcing them to do this now. We kind of walk through the beginning, and then we start forcing. We got a lot of these to do. Let's go. Let's keep on going. What do you think about the second slide guy? He's got to get pushed up the ramp and then down the slide. He's got to climb the stairs. He's harder, isn't he?
3.
What you thinking? 3? And he's going to take longer or not?
3 also.
Yeah. All right. So if we get one of the guys back to home, that's 10 points. Is that easy to do once he's slid off the slide? You just scoop him up and drag him home?
Yeah, that would be a little hard because this is all time based. I would say, would you say a 3 also, Taylor? I mean,
I think it would be like in the middle of 2 and 3, like a 2.5.
Okie doke. Because this is all about your first impression, right?
yeah.
You've only seen the video once. So how long do you think it takes to do that? You just kind of run out there and run back, right?
Yeah, probably a 1.
Okay. Now, putting the guy in the tire.
A solid 3 for me.
On 3.
Yeah.
Time?
Time-wise, probably a 3.
Probably a 3.
Yeah,
Okay. To knock the bench flat,
1.
and it doesn't take very long.
Nope, 1.
All right. Then putting cubes in. There's four potential cubes that you can drop into the bench.
I would say 4 because you don't know, like, are they sorted by color?
No, they're not sorted by color. You just drop any color cube into the bench.
Then I think difficulty should be like a 2.
Yep.
Because it's not really super difficult. It's just there's a lot of them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And as for time, it should be like, I don't know,
'Cause it's
Used
like-
to.
3.5.
What? What'd you say?
Time.
You burbled up there. What was the number?
3.5?
3.5? You think it's going to take that long?
Yes.
Let's go back to the
Well,
field
for
here.
all of them combined, for each individual one, it would probably be a little bit like a
Oh.
one.
Okay. So yeah, because we're going to kind of rank those individually. Because remember where that is in the field? Let's go back and see if I can find the field here. Whoops. This is going to be a fun video. Someone's going to get like seasick watching this. There it is. So the bench is right there with respect to home. So it's close.
I would say a 2.5. A 2.5 for all of them.
For all of them. So
Yeah.
we'll get the first one. How long you think? You want to bump them all from a 0.5? You want to say this one's 2.5?
Yeah.
This is maybe
Yeah.
2. This is 1.5. Oh, not 10.
Yeah, it's gonna take a long time.
That was 1. Like that.
Yeah.
And then if you pull the backrest completely out of the thing, you get 15 points.
It should be a 1 because the bench is just right there.
Okay, so it's a 1. And what do you think
Yeah.
for time?
1.5.
All right. Okay, if you drop a cube in the basketball goal,
I would say for me, from my perspective, it would be like a 4 for me.
like a 4,
Yeah.
because it's
Like
hard to
it's
hit.
3 for like.
You think a 3?
Yeah.
All right, duke it out. You want to split the difference?
In the middle.
Yep, meet in the middle. There's nothing wrong with that. And then how long do you think it takes to get there? You want to see where it is on the field?
Yeah.
It's right here.
Uh,
It's right over here.
I would say a solid 2, like
2?
2.9.
2.9.
Yeah.
2.9. Okay. So as we go through this, let's see. We still have to lift the basketball goal up. We've got a few other things here, but just so we don't beat this to death, and we don't really want to put ideas in people's heads. We're going to stop here, and we're going to look at what we've got for these missions. And so 6.4 on the basketball cube means that one's kind of hard compared to doing this one up here that's a 2. Everyone should be able to do this one, unless they build a monster robot. Innovation project, that's an easy one. So what we want to do is we want to come in here and just highlight the ones that are we said are pretty simple, and
Yeah.
and then start there, because we're looking for a quick starting point. Once we get some things going and we can start knocking out a couple missions, knock out a couple more missions, and see where we go. So after we go for those, let's get we're doing what's called the low-hanging fruit. We're going to get the easy ones first. Then we're going to go get a step stool. So maybe the slide guy, the first slide guy, looks like he's probably the next one we should be shooting for, right?
Yeah.
So do him. Okay, so maybe if we got 6 students on the team, then you could break this up into pairs of 2, and everybody have something to start working on. That's a good way to go, because then this group is working on the slide, and this group here is working on the bench. I didn't even plan that. That's pretty cool. This group's going to get done pretty quick, and you're going to send them on to something else. There may be some other good stuff down here in these other missions, and it's really simple to do. But when you're just having a hard time deciding, just throw your impressions at it, and then you got a little bit of it helps you make that decision, helps you jump off the cliff and get your feet wet on something here. Otherwise, you can labor it too much and just really have a hard time trying to figure out where you're going. So I hope this helps. We're not going to go through and do it all for you. You got to do those, and but the whole idea here is this is a method. It's not the only method. You can add whatever criteria you want and put that in there and rank it. And but this should get you going and get you started. That helps. Thanks a bunch. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.